Welcome back to the booth.
Hi, I'm the one with hair on top. He's the one with hair on bottom.
Oh my God. We got a top 4 for you.
Oh my God. Been a day. What, substantial magic.
Oh, absolutely.
So good.
Yeah. So, one of the Rhinos players has advanced.
Yeah.
Not the one that we saw on camera.
No.
Other Rhinos player.
Yeah.
The creativity deck.
Yeah.
That we just saw in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they're going to be back on camera.
They advanced. We have a blue-black Death Shadow deck.
Yes.
Also advanced. And the opponent of creativity this round will be red-green Valakut.
Listen,
so
if it's not Titan, it's Valakut, and I'll take it.
Nothing fancy. We're playing Farseeks. We're playing Sakura Tribe Elders. We're going to just 21 them. I don't know if he has Escape Shift in his deck.
I'm so happy right now.
Actual tears.
Oh, this deck.
Actual tears.
This is like real deal.
I was going to go step out there and find out if he has Escape Shift in his deck, but I kind of want to just be surprised.
We're not playing.
Let's just be surprised. Give me a 2023 Valakut deck list up there.
Oh,
Let me
sure.
see what a 2023 Valakut deck looks like.
Yeah.
So, when I talked to him earlier, he did just kind of fan his deck out in front of me, and the only thing that he actually showed me was a Sakura Tribe Elder and a Valakut. So
yeah. So
I bet we're playing Fury.
I almost guarantee it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So this is not one of the top deck lists in the field.
I wonder if we're playing Ragavan. Seems good, right?
Yeah, let's
just play Ragavan. We're playing red cards. Might just play Ragavan.
All right, so let's take a look here. Let's see. Archon Cruelty. The only deck lists I could find have Primeval Titan and Scape Shift in them.
Okay, so maybe we're going to see Escape Shift?
Yes.
All right.
I am so excited.
Well, I mean, the problem with seeing Escape Shift is that our opponent has a bunch of Spell Pierces in their deck.
Correct.
However,
yes,
if it's a 7-mana Escape Shift, we can float free.
Enough, yeah.
Also, we can also just play lands.
Correct. So we have Explore.
We can just
search for tomorrow.
We can just play lands and bolt their face.
Are you ready for the best card in this deck?
The best card in this deck, Humana.
You're gonna love this.
I'm gonna go with. What is the best card in Valakut? It's got to be Primeval Titan, right? That's not what you're gonna tell me, though.
It's not. It's Wish.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it runs a full suite of interactive.
So Wish is literally just a 3-mana sorcery that says get a sideboard card, put it in your hand.
Yes,
it can be any card, right?
Yeah. So we've had
put a card into your hand.
Yeah, you don't have to reveal it.
Yeah, any card though.
No, it's not even put in your hand. You may play a card from outside the game this turn.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's from Adventures in the Forgotten Realm. And it's
you may play a card you own from outside the game this turn. 3 mana, right?
3 mana.
3 mana sorcery.
Yeah.
And sick.
And then we're running cards in the sideboard like Alpine Moon, Chalice of the Void, Engineered Explosive, Force of Vigor, Nature's Claim.
Love me a Nature's Claim.
Pithing Needle, Scape Shift. Just like they have redundancy.
Right, so you can wish for Scape Shift.
Yeah, Valakut the Molten Pinnacle, because you can play a card.
Right, so we can play a land from outside the game.
Yeah.
This is dope. I kind of want to build this deck now.
The best card, Veil of Summer. That's how you deal with the counter magic.
Oh, that's fun. That card's not banned in Modern, is it?
You're right. It's not. It's a problem. The card's insane.
That's awesome.
It's the easy include at postboard, right? Like you just bring it in.
I just want to point out that the legacy seat at this table has already finished game 1.
They're resolving mulligans right now.
We have not finished resolving mulligans in the Modern seat, and Legacy is already done with game 1.
Oh my god. Well, we're recording it at least, so we'll have it for later. Yeah, so right now we're going to watch Creativity versus the Valakut deck.
Yes, Creativity versus Valakut.
And then
Creativity is mulliganing to Oblivion in game 1.
Yeah, okay.
He is already down to 5 cards.
Which is fine. I think creativity can do great things post-board.
Yes, it can.
And it can still do good things.
It literally
afterboard.
just needs 4 lands and 1 of 4 cards in its deck.
I'm just plugging my computer in here. A little look behind the curtain. So yeah, we're gonna see sort of a super proactive deck versus a reactive deck with a burst game plan for the win. Violent Outburst, as it turns, our Court Homunculus from Esper.
Oh, thank you to chat for pointing that out to
Yeah.
us. We really appreciate
I
that.
adore that this card exists in this format and that it's like just an absolute banger. Blake loves a wish card. Sort of talked him into playing the wish adventure spell in Pioneer for a long time when he was playing. What's the artifact that you can spin with energy?
Oh, Aetherworks Marvel.
In Aetherworks Marvel, you played the wish.
I played one Fae of Wishes.
One Fae of Wishes
in that deck. Yeah, that was fun.
It was great.
Yeah, so like, yeah, I could spin the Marvel at instant speed and wish for a card at instant speed, so I would get a counterspell out of my sideboard and cast it.
Because you famously
Pioneer was sweet for about a month.
It was sweet for about a year.
But most of that year was spent in COVID.
Correct.
Yeah, Pioneer was sweet for about a month.
Yeah, and then COVID happened, and
so Valakut curves Search for Tomorrow into Steve. The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Tribe Elder.
Steve.
Yeah, playing 4 of these. So the 3 creatures that we're playing in the Valakut deck are Dryad of the Elysian Grove,
right?
Swole Boy, Sakura Tribe Elder,
right?
And Primeval Titan.
Nobody ever needed any other creatures in their life.
No. There is nothing else you need in life than those 3 creatures. Got a run in 6 in play. I don't think he's gonna try to ping down Steve. Right?
And if he did, it's just gonna turn into a basic land anyway.
Yeah, what's that card with the token on it?
That is a Search for Tomorrow.
That is a Search for Tomorrow.
He suspended Search for Tomorrow on turn 1.
Incredible.
So that's gonna come off of suspend now. So he will start turn 3 with 4 lands in play. And then he gets to make a land drop.
This deck has such a cheap mana base. It's so many basics.
Yeah, the Valakut deck is relatively cheap to put together. Primeval Titan has been printed so many times it's dirt cheap now.
Now it is, yeah.
Valakut itself still costs quite a bit.
But
most of the rest of the deck is really cheap.
Yeah. Yes. Even fetches and shocks now have come down substantially in price.
Yep.
Chalice of the Void, I think the most expensive part of the deck in the sideboard.
Prep's written 6 too, right?
It's also come down reasonably. I think it's like under $50 now.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Valakut going to enter the battlefield, and then we're going to send it back to Shamus.
Not enough. Is there enough mountains to deal 3 yet, or no?
No. So Valakut, we need to see 6 mountains. So it's on your 7th mountain that it happens. Or sorry, C5 mountains.
Yeah.
It's on your 6th mountain that it happens. Or you need 7 lands in play because you need 6 mountains plus Valakut.
Okay. You
7
need 5
lands.
other mountains total.
Correct.
Yeah. It still taps for red, right? Like
Valakut does in fact tap for red, yes.
And here's a Primeval Titan. Wow.
Turn 4 Primeval Titan.
This is such a different deck than Rhino's was because Seamus has all of this counterplay against spells.
Right.
Instants and sorceries.
Not so good against lands or creatures.
Not so good against a 6/6 trampler that presumably fetches out 2 mountains, entering at the same time, see each other, and kill Ren in 6.
Fun. This is fair magic at its finest. And I do quite literally mean that.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is fair magic at its finest.
We're playing Explore. That's 5 mountains. That's enough. Whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control, if you control at least 5 other mountains. Okay, so it needs 6 total mountains.
Correct.
So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He has 6 mountains.
So yeah, he gets to 6 something now. He gets to just do 6 to... Oh, it's just his opponent's face.
Because why not?
Yeah, they need to record the life track.
Well, actually, I think that bottom card in the middle stack there might not be a mountain.
No, he wrote down 11.
Oh no, it is. That is. It's the Tango land.
Yeah,
What is that called?
it enters the battle. Oh,
The battlefield taps unless you control 2 or more basic lands.
it's Cinderglade.
Cinderglade.
Yeah, from BFZ.
So creativity is actually at 11 right now.
Yeah, they just haven't updated them. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, we're updating.
So now we get to
or 10. He fetched.
He fetched. Yeah. So now we get to on the next turn we get to attack with Titan and it's GG, right?
Yeah, unless he has an answer for this.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Wow.
Scooping him up.
What a different game.
Yeah.
When the format is designed, or like rather when the meta is wrapped around spells.
Yep.
Just playing a bunch of lands and resolving a Primeval Titan.
Yep.
Still good. Well, I was actually talking to the Primeval Titan player who was on coverage, Joe.
The Amulet Titan.
Amulet Titan.
Very different deck, but
Very
yes.
different deck. And we were kind of discussing that the deck has gotten better and better over the years because of the includes. And we've banned certain things out of it, like some powerful green spells. But I think, and potentially, eventually, the deck may get a ban that functionally hurts it. And those bans could be like Amulet, or it could be, the Pact, or Summoner's Pact. Okay. Those are the two that I'm like, if they really need to take care of this deck, banning Amulet kills the deck. Banning Pact nerfs it.
Yes.
And then I was like, well, what happens to the deck after? It's this. This is what happens. We literally, question asked, then answered. Right.
Question asked and then answered.
I was so like, hypothetically, what happens to this deck if it loses some really powerful combo pieces?
We just play Secure Tribe Elder and search for tomorrow.
It's just still very good.
I do love a Valakut.
Yeah, the fact that it just leans harder into the mana base, and it can get hurt by a Blood Moon, but that's what Boseiju is for.
Sure.
And there's enough...
This is a deck that can play 4 Boseijus with a straight face.
Oh, 100%.
What are we looking at for sideboards here?
Sideboards, again, I think it's just from the Valakut deck. I think one of the big bring-ins is Veil of Summer.
Sure.
Veil of Summer being able to protect. So it's an instant speed, 1 mana spell that says, draw a card if an opponent has cast a blue or black spell this turn. Spells you control can't be countered this turn. You and permanents you control gain hexproof from blue and from black until
so I think creativity might be leaning into destroying Primeval Titan. I don't know that creativity has any way to stop an actual Valakut though. I think Valakut ending the game is probably the most likely scenario for creativity losing here, and I don't know that they have much of the way of stopping that from happening.
Yeah, because all of their
creativity playing into any sort of like Torpor Orb effect or anything like that.
Yeah, no. A lot of what they're playing. Well, all right. So Leyline of Sanctity is something that they can.
Leyline of Sanctity will protect them from Valakut. Yep.
And then any kind of removal because like a 6/6 Trampler is still going to get you there.
Yeah.
But Leyline Binding obviously can.
Sure. Leyline Binding will take care of Primeval Titan. So I would imagine that the Valakut deck has lots and lots of Boseijus.
Also, and I'm going to say this with all honesty, sometimes you indomitable creativity and you target their creature.
No, you don't.
Like you can.
No, you don't do that.
And then maybe they just
destroy their Titan, and then they get another Titan,
and then they
get 2 more lands.
All right, listen,
it's not worth it.
I feel like I keep on saying that I'm bad at Magic.
I'm getting dumber.
And
I'm losing brain cells.
You're losing hair.
Oh my goodness!
So Seamus going to be on play here.
One would hope.
Yeah, I don't think you ever pass the. We're not on manaless dredge here. It is not.
Take the draw. Move to discard.
Move to discard. Go to our Grave Troll into the grave. Yes. All right.
Valakut is also like a deck that just never have to mulligan, right?
Yeah, right. It's just so consistent. Even if you have a handful of lands, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You probably want a Steve or an Explorer in there. You could probably keep Explore plus 5 lands.
So I will say that a lot of people talk about fetch lands. Thinning decks doesn't really work. It's sort of like a very small percentage chance of like removing the potential for drawing lands. But when you are fetching out 3, 4, 5 lands from your deck, the actual
Yeah,
odds
that makes a
decrease
huge difference.
precipitously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we're talking about fetching a single land drops it maybe 2%.
Yep.
But if you were Steving and getting a fart,
Search for Tomorrow.
Search for Tomorrow,
Scape Shift. Primeval Titan.
You're just getting these lands out of your deck and just not drawing them.
Yep. Taking huge chunks of lands out of your deck at a time.
Some cash hitting the table there.
Yeah, so the top 4 did prize split.
Yeah,
So we are playing for qualification points strictly
Yes.
now. Each player walked away with round about $312, I
Yes.
think is what they said.
the buy-in on these is a little higher just because the prize pool is so high.
Yep.
But like if you're looking at this and you're seeing the amount of money that these players are they're getting from this. This is from a full day's work, first of all.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, these players are working hard for this.
Yes.
But also, you can do this. Like any player who's watching this who's I feel like I have the acumen for it.
Yeah.
Do it. Come play at one of these events.
Absolutely.
It is insanely fun. The amount of the players here are really fun to play against.
Yep.
And you get to be on camera if you want.
Sure. Yeah. And if you don't have a deck, you could probably hop on Facebook or Discord or something and find somebody. There are so many players out here that have multiple tens of decks that would be more than willing to loan them out. And if they don't, they probably know somebody that does, or they can help you assemble something in time.
Yeah, it's funny because you think about, say you wanted to play Legacy, and you go, oh, I don't have the cards to play Legacy. I saw dual lands being handed back and forth between players.
They were beta dual lands,
yeah,
too.
beta dual lands.
In a single sleeve.
Correct.
The one player was like, oh, here's your beta dual lands back. And the other player took them out of the double sleeve and handed them back. And then the other player went, I kind of feel bad that you... And he's like, I don't care.
No, because these players that play Legacy, all they want to do is play Legacy.
Yeah. Yep.
There's nothing else. And if that means playing with a beta dual land to get you to play Legacy, that's what it matters. That's what matters, right? So got to Search for Tomorrow suspended.
Yep.
We saw a Fetch into a Shock, suspending the Search for Tomorrow. A great card, especially in this deck, where you just suspend it and then you Rampant Growth.
And the land comes into play untapped.
Yes.
That's my favorite part about Search for Tomorrow.
It's quite good. You're not going to see it until turn 3, but then on turn 3, you're going to have 4 mana.
Plus your land drop.
Yeah, it's insane. And during that time, again, you're probably going to play a Steve. You're probably going to get another basic.
Yeah.
And so, like I said about, thinning the lands from the deck, this is exactly what I'm talking about, where you're improving the quality of all future draws from the deck. And creativity sort of, they do get the faster start. They're opening up earlier.
Yep.
And we did see how fast they can move, right? Mm-hmm. They can turn 4 creativity out if they have the right spell.
Yeah, turn 4 Indomitable Creativity.
Yes. Which is sort of the nut, right? Getting
That's the most that they can ask for, right? They've got Spell Pierce, Leyline Binding, yada yada yada. Here's my 6/6. Please sacrifice a creature, and I'll draw a card.
Yeah, and you discard a card.
Yeah.
You go down tons of resources. There's a 6-point life swing. Blah 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 blah. More often than not, creativity is going off way later than turn 4, but the earliest it can happen.
Yep.
We saw it in the last round.
Yep.
So we got a Valakut in play. Immediately Valakut in play.
The red-green Valakut deck does play 4 copies of Valakut.
Does it really?
Yep.
Well,
if they play all 4, they play all 4 copies of Valakut.
I think they play 3 main, 1 side.
Oh, because of the wish.
Because of the wish.
Right, I forgot about the wish.
And there's just so much interaction in how your opponent can play against you and removing cards. Sure. Sometimes you have to you basically squirrel away cards in your sideboard with Wish. I love that. And the fact that it never goes into hand means you're not actually exposing it in any conceivable way.
Expressive iteration here.
This card doing some really good work.
Looks like he's just going to exile that Spell Pierce. Not going to get cast this turn.
It's not.
He's going to play his land for turn into Dwarven Mine, and he's going to pass back.
Yeah, Dwarven Mine comes in tapped. he could have held the Spell Pierce out for Search for Tomorrow, but it's
Search for Tomorrow going to come off of Suspend here and going to put a land into play. It's a mountain.
a mountain. Going for that that 6 mountain.
The natural Valakut.
Yeah, why not? Fair Valakut.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we talked about this being a fair deck, right?
Yes, this is peak fair magic.
Yeah. And Seamus is doing unfair things. And Austin is just up there, playing lands, dropping basics in 2023. The year of our Oko.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, man. I'm just sort of in love with this deck. I don't know if I'm gushing or not, but man, seeing people play Valakut, totally naturally, play Search for Tomorrow totally naturally, and doing good work, yes. This deck does only run one Boseiju main deck.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It also does run 3 Renin 6 to get back the Boseiju. We saw that happen in the Jund match.
So there is a wish. What did he just play out of his sideboard? It's an Engineered Explosives.
Yes.
He casted Engineered Explosives for 0 out of his sideboard.
Correct.
I love you love to see it.
I told you would love this card.
You love to see it.
I knew it. The moment I saw this card in the deck, I was like, oh, Blake is going to absolutely adore this.
You're not wrong. Rin and 6 going to come down, put a land back in the hand.
Not representing a lot of pressure here, right? 16 and 18 life totals respectively. And not having committed to the board, Austin's sort of impervious to some of the... he's getting the cycling land.
Yep, he's just fetching it out with an Arid Base sub.
Yeah,
Comes into play tapped, so you might as well, right?
What's the name of that?
Canyon Slow.
I'm sorry, say it again?
Canyon Slow.
Slow? Is it slow because it enters tapped?
Yeah.
This deck's got me, right?
Get you right in the kisser.
Yeah. The fact that Field of the Dead not really an option now, right? Banned in Modern.
Is that a Dwarven Mine? They just play Dwarven Mines with a straight face
Looks like.
because they make a 1/1.
And they're a mountain.
Why not?
Sometimes you just gotta block.
Sometimes you just gotta block.
Sometimes you have to sack a creature to Archon of Cruelty, and you don't want it to be your Titan.
Oh, that's fun. You just hold up that fetch land and bait him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Arkin me, baby.
And then I attack you with this. I get to bring it to mountains.
Here's a dwarf.
I get to deal 6 to your Archon of Cruelty, killing it, then hit you with my Titan.
Yeah, seems sweet. Sign me up. Sign me up for all of what's going on here. So we're up to 4 mountains in play here. Back on Shamus's turn.
I wonder if he plays
Cracking a fetch land.
What if he plays Cage, Grafdigger's Cage, in the side? Because that would stop.
Sure.
That would stop the Archon, right?
Wish also seems sweet because you want to know one of my least favorite things about playing 60-card formats?
What's that?
Sideboarding.
Yeah.
It's miserable.
It's
So you get to play Wish. You just have access to your sideboard all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to sideboard.
exactly.
When you go from game 1 to game 2, you just get to shuffle up and present your deck again.
Yeah. You don't. You look them square in the eyes. 2 of my favorite things in Magic are go to sideboards, continue shuffling deck, or if you're against Mill, taking all 15 cards
And just
retirement and
sideboarding
shuffling
them
it
in.
into your deck.
I'm gonna play 7 cards that do absolutely nothing in this matchup just to give me an extra turn.
Yep. Yeah, Mill didn't make it to the top 8.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was pretty excited to see
I
that
like
to
that
see the 8 crab deck.
Yeah, Mill a fun deck. Sort of.
Engineered Explosives gonna go off, taking out the Goblin token
And the Dwarf token.
and the Dwarf token. Both Dwarf tokens.
Yeah. But also keeping Seamus off of anything to do with the... Like, if he has a creativity in hand, there's just nothing. Does he have a whole stack of lands there? Oh, no, those are tokens.
Those are tokens, yeah.
Okay, I was like, what is happening here?
6 mana coming. What do you think that is?
Could be a Primeval Titan.
There he is. My boy.
We got a fetch. Let's see. Does he have? He's got that counter spell that counters a green spell with CMC 6 or less, right? I wonder if he's getting that.
Oh, he does. Yes. What was that called? Solve the equation?
Yeah.
No.
Change the equation.
Change the
Change the
equation.
equation. Let's see if he has it. So he's getting a dwarven mine, making a dwarf token.
There it
Change
is.
the
There
equation.
is change the
Yeah.
equation.
And we got a reader.
Austin says, what does that card do? Oh, okay.
Counters your spell.
We do have 5 mountains in play with our Valakut now.
That
So
is correct.
every mountain we play after this is a lightning bolt.
Correct. Which means that even if he gets an Archon in play, we can get 2 mountains in play and kill it.
Yeah, definitely.
It's such a wide.
Fable of the Mirror Breaker going to go up to Chapter 2.
It's going to be able to rummage some cards away. Especially I'm surprised that those spell pierces are still in at all.
They counter Scape Shift. They counter all of the. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're in there. I think they stay.
Okay. Listen, again, I'm not good at Magic. I understand the rules.
Looks like he's just going to discard 1 card, draw 1 card.
Yeah.
We'll go to the main phase. Rin 6 going to go upstairs, put that fetch land back into hand.
Yep. Going up to 6 loyalty.
He's immediately going to crack the fetch land down to 15 life.
Definitely getting the Dwarven Mine here.
Dwarven Mine it is.
Yeah. If we've got
Here's a dwarf coming. He's got 6 mana. What do you think he's going to do?
Creativity away, 2 dwarves. And get 2 Archons of Cruelty, which is probably enough.
Shields down from the Valakut deck, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is... Well, you do, right? Like, you would just want to get the Titan in play. Yeah.
And Indomitable Creativity for X equals 2. Both dwarves are going to go away. They will soon be replaced by a 6/6 flying demon. Is it a demon or is it an Archon?
It's an Archon. It's just Archon.
I don't know. What is the difference?
One is an Archon and not a demon.
You didn't answer my question. Thanks, though. 2 Archon of Cruelty in play. Please discard 2 cards.
Question is-
Sacrifice 2 creatures and planeswalkers. Lose 6 life. I will gain 6 and draw 2.
Yes. And question,
Also, I have 12 power in play now.
is the Archon the flying thing or the thing on the flying thing?
Huh. Maybe, okay, hear me out.
Yes.
Maybe we will get a reskinned reprint of Archon of Cruelty as a Nazgul.
Ooh, I like that.
And then it will answer the question, because it's most certainly the guy writing.
The Witch King. The Witch King of Angmar.
I'm very excited for Lord of the Rings.
It looks rad. I'm pretty excited. I think it's gonna be fun. People are gonna lose their minds for it.
I do love me some Lord of the Rings.
So interestingly, this Archon of Cruelty is, I believe, on what is it, Amonkhet? Because we can see Bolus's horns behind it in the art. It does resemble the Archon from not Ixalan, the Eldraine.
Okay.
It has the same horns.
Yeah. The Archon is the guy writing it.
Let's see here. So, Archon of Absolution is the same looking thing.
Sure.
I don't know if I think it's both of them.
It's the guy writing. Google Archon. Just Google the word Archon.
Okay. It's going to be like each of 9 chief magistrates in ancient Athens.
So, yeah, so an Archon is like...
It's a ruler.
He's like a governor.
Yeah, a beast can rule.
So this guy is the governor of cruelty. He rides around on his giant stag dragon.
A stag dragon?
It's a stag dragon.
Oh my god. Then why is the thing on Eldraine not a stag dragon?
It is a stag dragon.
But it's just that. The Archon of Absolution is...
What is this wish going to do? Scape Shift. Is this game over?
Oh, wow. Through the Archons?
A spell pierce here would feel pretty bad, man.
Yes. But you go for it. I think, right? Like,
he's sacrificing 6 lands.
6 lands.
So he now gets to search his library for 6 lands, put 6 lands into play. I would imagine
2.
this is just going to be 18 to your face.
Correct, and that'll kill you. Wow. When we talk about what makes me happy in Magic, Scape Shift, and
a fist bump. Valakut gets it in too. That's absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I did not think he would be able to come back from double Archon.
We started talking about weird Archonness, like thinking, okay, go to game 3, right? Like you resolved 12 power, went up 2 cards. His opponent went down 2 cards, and there was a 12-point life swing.
Yep.
Yeah, that game should have been over, right?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Wish for Scape Shift. So
what's your favorite card in the deck?
So my favorite card in which deck?
In the Valakut deck.
Valakut?
Is it not Wish?
No, it's Valakut.
I love Wish. Ooh.
Second, probably Primeval Titan.
Okay.
Wish, strong third.
These are all my favorite cards.
These are good cards.
These are all my favorite cards.
Awesome.
Ugh.
So Valakut into the finals.
Well, we have to see how the teammates do.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So even if the way that Team Trios works is even if the
right,
team
you
wins,
can lose, but your team can win, and
Yeah.
you get to keep playing.
Yes. Yeah. We've seen that a couple times where modern decks have taken the loss but have been carried by their team.
Yep.
And obviously you can't do it every round, right? Like
Nope.
Everybody has to perform, but it also mitigates bad matchups in a lot of ways.
Yeah, that's one benefit to playing teams, I guess.
And you have like 3 heads working together, kind of figuring out problems at the same time.
Yeah.
It's just sort of a rad format,
Yeah,
right?
sick.
I
Cool.
love this.
So, break time.
Break time.
And we'll be back with the finals of the old Cranky Man Collectibles Team Trios.
Love you, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us.